Hello and welcome to Đồng Nai radio and television station. After a new variant of SARS-CoV-2 virus called Omicron was detected in a number of African countries, the Ministry of Health reported and proposed the Vietnamese government consider suspension of international flights to or from 7 countries: South Africa, Botswana, Namibia, Zimbabwe, Eswatini, Lesotho, Mozambique, at the same time suspending entry permits for passengers to or from these countries. In Vietnam so far, through epidemiological surveillance, there have been no cases of COVID-19 with the new variant Omicron. However, in order to actively control the pandemic situation in the country and prevent the risk of new variants from entering and spreading into our country, the Ministry of Health has directed to strengthen surveillance and early detection of abnormal signs in pandemic areas. The Ministry of Health requires the Institutes of Hygiene and Epidemiology to proactively carry out genetic sequencing and suspected new mutated infections, especially people returning from South African countries. The Ministry of Health said it will continue to closely coordinate with the World Health Organization and national agencies for timely information on the strains of SARS-CoV-2 virus and take preventive measures in accordance with a pandemic situation. In Đồng Nai, there are hundreds of new cases of COVID-19 every day. Recently, the province has stepped up propaganda and punished many cases of ignoring pandemic prevention and control measures. However, in reality, there are still many situations where people underestimate the pandemic. Currently, the restaurants in the locality have been reopened. However, many restaurants have not complied with the pandemic prevention measures, especially keeping distance, doing business at a maximum of 50% capacity, scanning QR codes are not strictly complied. Meanwhile, many people have a subjective mentality because they think that they have injected 2 doses of the vaccines, so it is safe. This mindset has created many holes in the current pandemic prevention. Although the Omicron variant has not appeared in Vietnam yet, it is very worrying in the context of opening and trading. One of the leaders of Bien Hoa said that subjective psychology and neglect of pandemic prevention measures have appeared commonly. To limit the pandemic, what needs to be done at this time is to limit mass gatherings and strictly implement 5K regulations. The General Department of Market Management had just launched more tools effectively serving the control and management of the market, in which the showroom of real and fake products is expected to attract attention of customers. The showroom of real and counterfeit products is a place to publicly introduce counterfeit goods which have been detected and handled by market management forces throughout the country. In particular, it is also a place for businesses and consumers to share information about their products which are being counterfeited in the market to help consumers to recognize, improve their skills in product selection. The showroom of real and counterfeit products is located at number 62 Thang Tien Street, Hoan Kim District, Hanoi capital. On the 29th November, the health ministers of the world's top industrialized countries, G7, affirmed that Omicron variant is highly infectious and requires urgent action, while praising South Africa in deflecting Omicron and warning about this variant. The joint statement issued by the G7 health minister after an online meeting to discuss the current pandemic situation emphasized that the global community is facing the threat of a new variant, and based on initial assessment, there was a high risk of infection, so urgent action was needed. The G7 health minister also acknowledged the strategic issue related to the access to COVID-19 vaccines and will boost their funding commitments. On November the 29th, the White House released some information in the 10-month preparation review for the future of global deployment of U.S. troops. We are about to change a previous strategy and a coherent decision-making process, said a senior U.S. defense officer who asked not to be named. According to the officer, the assessment, which began in March under the direction of Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin, will not lead to any major change in the deployment of U.S. troops across the world. The assessment calls for improvements to U.S. military infrastructure in Guam and Australia. In addition, some issues related to the plan to adjust forces in the Indo-Pacific region are also being considered, but further consultation with foreign governments is needed. That's all we have for today. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you next time on Dong Nai Radio and Television Station.